What's good, Mearabloggers? I'm back again here in the Mearablog Podcast. Back to football, back to sports. But anyway, now I've got a local Ohioan, or he's playing football in Ohio now, Cincinnati Bengals tight end Reggie Kelly. Reggie, what's going on?
Oh, what's going on, man? I appreciate the opportunity to come on, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Now, this is a question I ask all my guests, basically, but, what's been good in the life of Reggie Kelly recently?
Well, just pretty much trying to stay in great shape, trying to condition and get ready. But when this lockout is over with, it took a lot of us by surprise. We didn't expect it to last this long. But just making sure that when the lockout is lifted, we'll be ready to hit the ground rolling. So I'm training extremely hard. But, I have some other things that I'm trying to do as well, promote my book and also promote my food line as well.
Yeah, now, the NFL is in lockout, but you've been a busy man since then, and you've been busy for many different reasons. And first and foremost, you've been helping tornado victims in Mississippi, and for you, I'm sure that means a lot more than just anybody, because you're from there, you went to Mississippi State, and I'm sure that you know family and friends that were affected. So tell me about your work down there and what you've been doing with that.
Well, my wife and I, we're from Aberdeen, Mississippi, which is right up the street from Smithville, which is a small town of about a little bit over 800 people. And they were hit by the tornado. And, I heard reports on the news, but that really doesn't tell the story until you actually go down and see the station that the tornado brought. And I just wanted to go down there, my wife and I, and just be some form of encouragement to the people, to the grown-ups, to the business owners, and especially to the kids. I want to encourage them and let them realize that this is not the end, that they will be restored, and they can continue on with their lives, and that we're here for them. But I think for the most part, I was much more encouraged than they were. They encouraged me by their spirits, were upbeat, always had a positive word to say, and definitely they trusted in the Lord throughout this entire process. So it definitely blessed me. And anything I can do, and I think anything that our country can do for that small town, I think we need to do it.
Right. It's pretty tragic what happened down there in those, the southern region of the United States with the tornadoes. But something else that's occupied your time, like you mentioned it earlier, you also have a book and a food line. I was looking at it. Actually looks really good. But tell me about each of those and what you've been doing with those.
Well, I decided in 2005 that I wanted to write a book, and I just wanted to write this book as a means of encouraging people. I know we all go through different things in life. Some things are good and some things are bad, but we tend to learn our greatest life lessons through the bad things. I believe that those bad things will prepare us for something bigger and better in life. And ultimately, I believe God placed us all down here on earth to get us prepared to go to heaven. So that is the title of my book, Prepared. Body, mind, and spirit. I just wanted to be some form of inspiration to people because, I know we all go through different things in life, and I wanted people to see it from an athlete's view. Some of the things I've experienced, some of the things were good, some things were not. I wanted people to see some of my flaws, and basically I also wanted them to see some of my strong points and let them know we all have differences, we all have different talents and gifts, but we could use those gifts and talents to the max and be the best that God has called us to be. So that's the reason why I wanted to write this book, and I'm definitely thankful for those who support it. I'm definitely thankful for the opportunity to reach so many people. But, also my wife and I, we love to cook. Both of us are from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Well, our family pretty much is from Mississippi, so we cook, and in the way that we cook, we always like to say when we cook with love.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to share some of that love throughout the entire country through our new food line called Kaizen. I know it sounds like a weird name, but my wife, we derived the name of this product by combining both of our kids' first names. My daughter's first name is Kyla. My son's first name is Kevin. We combined the two to come up with it. And so we just wanted to give everybody just some down south flavor. Right.
It looked really good, and I noticed that you were promoting it in store, or in outlets down in Cincinnati. But now, like I mentioned before, we're in a lockout, and you said it, too. And I know, you don't like to hear this, but you ain't exactly a young guy anymore. You're a vet, now, and a lot of the talk in the lockout, that's been really bubbling is how much this is hurting rookies. and coaches as well. And, you're a veteran, and as a veteran, what are your thoughts about, how the rookies are able to adjust, and, how can they adjust when, some of them don't even have playbooks, they haven't been on the field. So, what are your thoughts about all that?
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize that this time of the year is crucial for NFL football players, especially young guys. You have to think that this is an important time for all the players to get together, to build some type of chemistry, some type of camaraderie, to get the timing down pat, and also basically reintroduce themselves back to the game of football. Yeah. And it's hard. It's a long, strenuous process. It starts from March throughout most of June. Then we take some of July off, and then we begin right back again with training camp practices. And so each step is like a progressive step. But we don't have the fortune, we don't have the luxury now of having those progressive steps. Whenever this lockout is over, we have to jump in. I guess you can say head deep. I guess you can say right into the water, and see who's going to be able to swim, and then some may drown. But the case, I think what you have to have though, for the most part, is some good quality veteran guys on your team that's going to help guide and help somewhat mold and push the young guys and show them how to be veterans and show them quickly, show them how to adjust when things are not quite ideal. This situation is not ideal for any of us in the NFL, but the good thing is that none of us have a leg up in this situation. We're all in the same boat, all 32 teams, and once we do get the lockout going, we're gonna have to adjust. I don't quite know how it's all gonna pan out, but I know we're gonna have to take the young guys underneath our wings and make sure that we get them ready and get them ready in a hurry.
Yeah, and then there's the other side of the discussion where for older guys like you, the lockout may even be somewhat of an advantage because, you can give your body some rest. Do you care about that sort of thing, or are you just ready to go out and play some football again?
I'm really ready to go out and play football. I've been doing this since junior high. Some guys have been doing it since Pop Warner football, Pee Wee League, but and at this point in time, we basically feel like fish out of water. We normally, this time of year, we're normally practicing, like I said, and we're normally doing some type of coaches, I guess, supervised activities, but now we can't do that. And so it's a different feel to be at home, not to be around your teammates. And so, yes, I know for me it is good to have all this extra time to let my body rest and recoup and get 100% before the season. But at the same time, man, I really miss being out there doing what I enjoy doing. I consider football my first love. And I've been playing it so long, going into my 13th season. But I still feel like a little kid when it's time to strap them on, start off-season training, to get ready for our regular season game. I still feel like a rookie all over again. So I'm excited, anticipating the opportunity when we can come together and hear the final words. This lockout is lifted.
Right, now something specific to your position. Now, I remember when you were on Hardknocks and they had a feature about you specifically, and you've always been really into this thing about getting people ready, even though guys that might be threatening your playing time or position, and the Bengals specifically have been really big on this, getting new tight ends. That they drafted Gresham, they drafted Chase Kaufman, and these guys are younger, but as a veteran with experience, how are you, getting those guys in? Because Gresham's been injured, Kaufman's kind of been off and on, in and out of the lineup. How have you been able to teach those young guys, and do you think that's a benefit to the team, or are you just trying to get as much playing time out of it as you are? What are your thoughts about the tight end position for the Bengals?
Well, I think as a veteran, regardless of what position that you play, you're gonna have to know that at some point in time you're gonna have to pass the baton. I mean, it's evident that's always has been throughout history, and I understand that. I understand it's a business. I also understand it's a young man's game, and that's what a lot of the coaches look for, and that's what a lot of the owners look for. Hey, once upon a time, I was the new kid on the block, and I was threatening some other guys' playing time. But fortunately for me, I had the right group of guys around me when I was a young guy. I had guys who took me underneath their wings. They wasn't threatened by my presence. They showed me how to be a pro. I didn't ask them. I didn't beg them. They took me on their wings voluntarily. and they made sure that I handled my business on and off the field, being a true professional. And so I feel like, you know, I owe it to the next generation to be a true professional and to teach them to be better than me, to leave the right legacy behind. You know, when I first got into this game of football, the NFL, I had a lot of older guys tell me that the goal is to lead a game better than basically better than what you found it. And it would be, to be honest with you, it would be a disgrace if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
It would be selfish of me if I didn't try to train the next generation to be much better, to be quicker, faster, make more plays, and be a better player than me. Because I think when you look at the big scheme of things, that's what we're supposed to do, even in life. We want to train our kids to be better than us.
Yeah.
We want to train the next generation to be better, so that when we do leave this earth, we can leave it in good hands. Mm-hmm. And so I think with guys like, you know, Jermaine Gresham and Chase Kaufman, I'm thankful for the opportunity to play with them. I'm thankful for the opportunity to say that I can mentor them. And hopefully 5 to 10 years on down the road, you know, after I retire and those guys are considered veterans, I can come back one day and see them teaching the next generation the same things that I once taught. That's what it's all about. Sure, we play this game to make big-time plays and experience fortune and fame, but the bottom line is you want to affect as many guys as you can.
Right. Now, for Bengals fans, they're tired of the lockout, and I think they're kind of disappointed. And I think some of them think of the Bengals have kind of had some missed opportunities in recent years, and many believe that they have sort of underachieved at times. Where do you see the team going in 2011 if we even get to play football this year?
Well, I definitely believe we're definitely going to play football without a shadow of a doubt. We just got a few more things to iron out, but we're definitely going to play football. I just think, like, just throughout history, there has been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs concerning the Bengals franchise. One year, you know, we can have a really good winning team. The next year, a subpar season, I guess you could say. And nothing is more evident than, I guess you can say, that the 2009 season in contrast to the 2010 season. In 2009, we swept the division, played in the first round of the playoff, an excellent team. And then during the offseason, we upgraded, got a lot of weapons on our team. But lo and behold, 2010, we was obviously, I wouldn't say terrible, but I just feel like we wasn't a good team at all.
Right.
And it makes you scratch your head like, man, we have some of the same players. We even upgraded in a lot of positions. How can this be? Well, that's the NFL. You just never know what's going to happen from year to year. You just have to make sure that you plan accordingly, have to make sure that you fight and play extremely hard. And that's the one thing I can say about my teammates from the 2010 season is that in every game, the guys fought extremely hard, even though we was having a losing season. And I've been around this game long enough, Paul, to realize that, you know, sometimes when you have a losing season with no chance of being in the playoffs, a lot of guys, you know, at some point or another would throw in the towel, not want to sell out and give it their all because we're not winning. But that wasn't the case in last year's season. And I feel like the guys had a lot of heart, a lot of courage. And when you mix those two in any NFL team, eventually things will turn around. You don't quite know when, but I think this team has a great chance to have another winning season in 2011.
Great. That's all I got for you, Reg. I really appreciate you coming on my podcast, and best of luck to you and the Bengals in 2011.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. Continue to do your thing, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, Reg. Thank you much.